Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, and before I get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be sports romance recommendations. I have 9 romances to share with you, and hopefully I will convince you to pick up at least a couple of these. So let's just dive right in. Actually, before we dive right in, I know I just said we were going to, but I just want to preface this by saying some of these books I read a while ago, and I don't remember too much detail about them, but I just remember the vibe and that I loved them. So this is probably going to be a very short video, but I'm really hoping I can convince you to pick up some of these. We are going to start off with Close Knit by Kells and Denise Stone. This is a soccer romance. I read this very recently. This is about a knitting influencer and a soccer player, and they have a one-night stand, and then they end up living in the same building in a completely different country. They met in the US, and they end up living together in the same building in England, and they become, well, first they get off on the wrong foot, but then they start to become friends and more than friends, and it is so emotional, so heartfelt, and I loved it. It is one of my best books of 2024. I gave it 5 stars, and this book was fantastic. Next book I have to recommend is Binding and Keeping 13. I say these as one because they're one story. Like, the first one ends on such a cliffhanger, and you just dive right into the next one. And I gave both of them 5 stars. They are on my top books of 2024. These are rugby romances. They are marketed as young adult. They are not. They are new adult. They are very emotional and filled with trauma. And these characters go through so much hardship. And it's a very heartbreaking book. But you don't put your heart back together. You are rooting for these characters. It will make you an emotional mess in the best way. Next is Collide by Bal Cabra. This is a hockey romance. It is college. She is an academic student, and he is a hockey player, and they are forced to work together, and she is going to tutor him. And this one does have your basic college hockey romance premise, but it was very well done, and I enjoyed it. So I would definitely recommend. Next, I'm going to talk about Coach by Devney Perry. This one is a single dad romance. You'll notice a few of these are single dad. It is my favorite trope after all. This one is a football romance. It is professional football, and it is single dad nanny romance. I love Devney Perry's writing. I've read quite a few books by her, including books under her pen name Willa Nash, and I have loved every single thing I've read from her, and this one was no different. This is probably one of my favorite books I've read by her, and it was just a very good time. This man is everything. Next book I'm going to talk to you guys about is Behind the Camera by Chelsea Curto. This is another football romance and another single dad romance. This one is adorable. This is about our main female character becomes the photographer for the football team that our main male character is, I think he's the captain of the football team. And it is just so cute, so adorable. And she starts to bond with the daughter, and it is just a very good time, and I loved it so much. Next, I'm going to talk about Hale, which is a soccer romance. This is another single dad romance, single dad nanny. And this one, I know he is a soccer player. He has a young child, and his nanny, he gets a nanny, and of course, things, you know, they start out trying to be professional like they always do, but that doesn't work. Next is Puck Shy by Tegan Hunter. This is hockey romance. I read this a year ago at this point, the end of last year, and I don't remember really anything about it, but I remember that it was a good book. I enjoyed it. I liked the characters, loved the writing. I gave it 5 stars, and it is the first in a series. Next is Canadian Boyfriend by Jenny Holiday. This one I gave 4.5 stars, and this is a hockey romance, also single dad. This is about a our main female character who is a teenager when she meets this guy at a mall, and he is a famous, or not famous, but he is a hockey player. And so she pretends she has a fake boyfriend in Canada because he's from Canada. And then when she's an adult, he shows back up in her life and she still likes him. And things happen from there. He now has a daughter and they form a relationship. And the last book I have to talk to you guys about is Homebound by Meredith Trapp. This is a bull riding romance. She is a bull rider. This is also single dad. He has the cutest baby girl ever. And he does play hockey, but that doesn't really have anything to do with the story. It's just mentioned a couple times. But she is a bull rider and it focuses a lot on that. He moves in with her because she is living in the space she's renting from his mom's. And so she lets him move in with her, and him and his daughter move in for the summer, and she is immediately smitten with the daughter. She is obsessed, and she loves her right from the start. And of course, they start to get to know each other, and soon they form a relationship. Those are the recommendations I have for you guys. I know this video was quite short, but again, it's hard for me to give recommendations because once I read a book, sometimes they just leave my brain, even if I loved them. But hopefully you guys found some books on this list that you are interested in picking up and giving a go. And if you made it this far, please leave me a sports emoji, any emoji that's sports themed. And before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.